Hi everybody, it's Kayjay from Metro Hobbies, Toys and Games, and today we're taking flight and going bird watching with Wingspan. So let's take a look at this board game. So Wingspan's probably what you'd call a medium strategy game, so it's welcoming to families to play it. You do need to be at probably around 10 or older. It's going to play for about 40 to 70 minutes, so I'm not going to go through all the rules for you because I think that's something you need to discover for yourself. And inside the game there is what's called a swift setup in order to play it for the first time. These are the cards. First of all, it's beautiful. Every single card has a different bird on it, so it will tell you a little bit about it, where it comes from, its wingspan, where it likes to nest, the rough average amount of eggs it would have, and then also the very important points that that card is worth to you, because what you're going to be doing is collecting the cards into your habitat board. Now, you'll notice that these are a bit shiny. That's because they've got card sleeves on it. Now, if you've got a game with a lot of cards in it, I highly recommend sleeving them. There are board game sleeves out there for different size cards. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to shuffle. So best way to shuffle a thing is what's called a rifle shuffle. This allows you to do that really, really simply. So you're actually going to get a nice mix of your cards. You're not going to come up with the same birds all the time. Now, how this game works is essentially you have your little tableau, you have your little rows and your columns, and you have your little cubes. And each time you place a cube, that represents one turn of that round, because there's several rounds to go through. So if I wanted to get a resource, and I'm going to need resources because the birds come with a cost. For example, that one comes with a cost of 3 rats. So I would need 3 rats. This is a rat resource in order to actually take that card and place it in my tableau like that. They also come with little points at the end. So it's what you call an engine builder, in the sense that you're actually your ability to do things is going to get cascade. As you go along, you're actually going to be able to do more things. So for example, in this first row, if you go gain the food action and place it here, the first time you can only take 1 dice out of the bird feeder. This is a great dice tower, by the way. I'll just have to show you this. This is really cool. All right. Bird feeding dice tower. Okay, so you can take 1 out of the tableau. Let's say that I'm going to take the worm, so I take it out of the tableau. That's no longer available for anyone else to take on their turn. I then take a little worm, and that's part of my resource. Maybe on a different turn, I actually want to play a bird, so this is where I'd play it. I would have this in my hand, let's say. I'd have a number of birds in my hand to choose from, and I would place it down there, and I would have to pay the cost to put that bird. Now what that means is that on my next turn, the next time that I try and gain food, I now can use this row. So every time you place a bird in a row, you get a better outcome for your resources. The more birds you have, for example, in the forest habitat, the more dice I can take out at one time. So if I have 2 birds in that row, I'm going to be able to take out 2 dice. This is the same for every single row. As you put cards in it, you're obviously getting points, but you're also able to get more. Now, these aren't, I know they look like it, but they're not chocolate eggs. These are just little egg components. I know you might want to eat them, just don't. These are what you use to pay to actually place birds in the higher rows. The first column is free. The next column is going to cost you 1 egg to place a bird. The third, another egg. The fourth, 2 eggs. You can, as an action, lay eggs on your bird, and each bird is going to have a number of different eggs it can actually hold. Eggs are worth points at the end. In fact, most things are worth points at the end. So you're trying to collect cards, you're trying to collect eggs, you're trying to manage these little bonuses because there's 4 rounds. So for example, for every egg that you have in the grasslands, so maybe you have that, you'd get a point, and you can get 5 points as a maximum. Look, there's a lot, and I realize that. There's some great, I'm not trying to teach you the rules all now because I just can't get through them all. Watch It Played really does a great job of teaching this video. Otherwise, the instructions are incredibly well laid out. The other thing about this game is that you can actually play it solo. There is what's called an AI card system called Autonoma built into this game that you can play against, and it works beautifully. It's a really, really nice game to play on your own. Every single card is different. Really highly recommend this. It's something that I wouldn't necessarily look at initially myself because maybe I'm not a bird fan. But the mechanisms for this game, they work so well with this game. And I can't recommend it enough. All right, so that's Wingspan. It is brilliant. It is in my top 10 board games of all time. Well, I mean, so far, but I doubt it's going to move very much despite it having such great wings. It has incredible components. It has actually a fairly good, simple starting system. But like I said, you should check out Watch It Play. They do a great teaching video and you'll really get to be able to understand how that works. But you should definitely check this out. So in the description above or below is going to be the link for the board game. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, and that's for me, I'm out.